it going, guys, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 video. And Todd Howard recently did an interview over at Game Informer, kind of talking about a bunch of questions that were asked to him and gave out a bunch of details and stuff and a little bit of information here and there that I do want to bring to you guys today. Including several things to do with the brand new DLCs that was recently announced from Bethesda, some survival mode details and stuff, as well as console mods release date information that has also been given out as well within this interview by Todd Howard. So as always, hope you all do enjoy this video today or do find it helpful, and let's jump straight into this. So once again, there was basically an interview that Todd Howard did over at Game Informer. You can check out the link to this down in the description down below. And within this, a bunch of questions were asked to him. And I do want to point out just a few of those questions that really stand out and really kind of talk about some of the key points to do with DLC and updates for Fallout 4. If you do want to check out the full list of questions that were asked and the full list of information, once again, you can find the link down in the description. We're starting off with this question. It states, you announced 3 pieces of DLC recently. What can you tell us about the first wave of content? To which he replied, the one thing we found about DLC is that we've done all types at all price points and all sizes, and we've come to the realization that it all works. It all sounds really well. We went into Fallout 4 and decided to do all the types at all price points. With this initial run, we want to have a little bit of everything. Now, they have given a little bit of information here about the individual DLCs, which I will read out shortly, but in general, I think that's a great plan by Bethesda. I think in the mix of things, it really just means that we're going to be getting a lot more DLC content for Fallout 4, and of course, as usual, we can expect to see some of the bigger DLCs. Just in between, we're going to be getting these kind of smaller and different type of DLC additions to keep the game fresh and to keep the game going until those major and big DLCs actually do drop. But anyway, getting back to the information, it states again, once again coming from Todd Howard here, the first one, Automatron, has a little quest line and this Pokemon-esque kill robots get their parts build your own styled gameplay. The robot building is really deep and it's great. I think that's an awesome kind of quote there or line from Todd Howard, the whole Pokemon-esque kill robots, get their parts, build your own. I was a huge fan of Pokemon back ages ago when I was actually a little bit younger, and I don't know, I think that's just a really awesome line there coming from Todd Howard. Next up, he mentions the Wasteland Workshop, stating there, the Wasteland Workshop DLC is obviously for workshop people. We wanted it to scratch the itch of, can I build my own Thunderdome? And you can build your own arenas, capture animals, and also build other things. A lot of people gravitate towards the larger, okay, I'm going to a new landmass, it's something new. That's where Far Harbor comes in. It costs more, takes us longer, and there's more people on it. In our previous DLC offerings, we kind of did them one at a time and announced them that way, but because we're working on all of these 3 at one time, they fit a different niche. We thought, let's announce them all at the exact same time. So some awesome information now coming from Todd Howard, of course, answering the question there. Another question that was asked to him was, when I interviewed you prior to launch, you said there was one big thing that you didn't put into the game, but you wouldn't tell me what it was. Is that something that is in the DLC now? To which Todd Howard replied, if it's the one that's in my head right now, it's too big for DLC. And then of course laughs there as if to say he was laughing about that quote. Now that, my friends, sounds crazy. If it's the one thing in my head right now, it's too big for DLC. That right there lets me know that, they are working on a huge DLC for Fallout. And I really can't wait to see what they have planned in the future as well. Although the stuff they've announced so far is awesome and I really can't wait for it. Just from that quote alone, I'm really excited to see what they do have planned in terms of DLC content for Fallout 4. Another interesting question that was asked is, after finishing up the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, you revealed your team did an internal game jam to generate new DLC ideas. Did you do that for Fallout 4? To which he once again replied, we did. Survival mode came out of that. We had talked about doing robot stuff and there was a bunch of that in there as well. We do that with every game. We do that in the middle of development, so we did that in the middle of Fallout 4. When we finished what we call our vertical slice pre-production build, essentially when you can actually play the game, we do one for a week then. That fuels features for the main game like jetpacks and a number of things, and we do a number of things at the end, which is focused on mining ideas for DLC. So I guess they did this kind of little bit of a game jam where they actually go in and they focus on trying to find DLC ideas for future content and stuff. Going back to the information here, it states we kind of talk about stuff, but when we start to see it on screen, we say, you know, that's really good. Here are things we can do. What's going to be in an update? You know, hey, these fit in a package, and stuff generally around those lines. So I guess it's just a little bit of an insight to how it kind of works when they're trying to, I guess, find ideas and stuff to fit into small packages and DLC ideas and stuff. And I think that's just some pretty awesome information there, once again, coming from Todd Howard. But anyway, swaying away from that and moving on to the console mods portion, the question was asked, when do we expect to see mods, especially on the console side? To which he replied, I guess in summary, our goal is between the first 2 DLCs. It will go up around that time on PC in April, and basically they're stating that they're going to be putting up on PC, having people beta test it, of course, for them, and then around a month later, it will of course then drop on the console version. So get some more information now on the release time period for the console mods. I know a lot of you guys are interested in that stuff, and of course the creation kit and stuff like that, and hopefully that has given you a little bit more of an answer than you had previously before this interview. And to wrap this up, the final question that I'm going to be covering here today was, you said you were going to beta test survival mode. How is that going to unfold? To which he replied, that's going to be something different than we usually do. Survival mode has a lot of changes that can be pretty dramatic. Once we get it honed where it's working well enough, we're going to put it on Steam beta for a while. Here it is, start playing it, give us feedback kind of style. It's far easier to update and iterate on the PC, and once we settle on it, we'll then release it for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We want to get it up soon on the Steam beta, but if it's not really working and we need to iterate on it, it may stay in beta for a month depending on what we're changing. And then they go on to state that they want to make it feel like a much different game. They're doing things like you can't save, it only saves your game when you sleep, you can't fast travel, there's all kinds of diseases. They're trying it all. They're trying to make this as much of a survival type game as they can, where you literally have to survive in this world that is gonna come down on you quite heavy. So I really can't wait for that. You know, I'm a huge fan of survival games. I played a lot of DayZ, played a lot of H1Z1. I've played all types of different survival games on PC, so this is gonna be a lot of fun for me. You know, I'm a huge fan of survival aspects, and hopefully this does change the game for me when I'm playing it, and it does feel quite different for the better there. And that, my friends, is a wrap up of this video today. I just wanted to kind of go over the interview, talk about a few of the key points that I mentioned, because a few kind of droplets of information I was given, you know, a few kind of pieces of information that have come from Todd Howard himself. And I wanted to keep you guys as updated as I can. So, as always, hope you did enjoy this video today or did find it helpful. If you did, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. Support, of course, is always greatly appreciated on the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new around, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.